this is gonna be something of a weird episode. I'm probably not even gonna film this all in one batch in one day, even. Yeah, I've done some mild retexturing of the groundwork here, and I realized that the lava flow that I had before was just not working out. It was just too lumpy bumpy, if that makes any sense. So I've started working on redesigning it. Beyond that, let's see, let's give a quick tour of other quick changes that I've done. I retextured a bit of stuff in here. Yeah, I put in some rocks here to avoid some bouncy collisions. The path, you can see, kind of continues along up there. We've got rocks scraping along the cliff. And then here are some wooden planks that I promised I was going to be putting in. Mind some wonky seamage on the texturing. This is all eventually going to get more work done to it. But we'll come along here. We'll come up to the much wider platform where there will be firefly hives and all of that. And it's going to be overlooking a big old waterfall. And you gotta be careful with the waterfall, because if you go over it, you'll panic link. I have not actually set up any panic link regions yet, but that's the main gist of what I've been doing in here. Yeah. So, what exactly is the process that I am doing for this? Well, it's kind of simple, and it's kind of cheaty, but all in good fun. I'm just going to create a plane. I'm going to name it Lava Flow 2, because this is our second lava flow. It's going to be a plasma object, and it's going to be Pod 12 terrain. Okay. I'm going to go and set its material to the lava hard texture. Yeah, okay. Object, edit mode, yep. We're just going to do like what we did with the ground terrain originally. Tool, extrude region, tool, extrude region. And if I go into object mode and I bring that over here. Yeah, there we go. You can see that's kind of working out roughly all right. I'm gonna go back into object edit mode. And I'm just gonna, oops. Yeah, make sure you are selecting all your planes. Hold down Control while you're right clicking, and it'll select all of those delicious planes. Yep. Oh, yeah. I literally was not happy with how those textures were manifesting on the old lava nodes, and it just wasn't looking right to me. I was not enjoying it. It was not giving me happiness to look at it. It was not making me feel joy. It was not feeling fun. It was not looking right, basically. It was, you know, not something that, you know, it just wasn't feeling right. Now I'm just going to extrude the region sideways. I'm going to go in with my point bit and make an edge face. Yep, there we go. And now it looks like it's kind of flowing against the wall there, right? Right. And anyway, but yeah, that's basically, the rough gist of this whole, sequence. It's just this is just the rough gist of what I'm doing. What I decided to redo this is lava flows they're like liquid rock. They're gonna like basically the rough and the wild sort of terrain look that we had going before with the you know, with just the basic terrain, you know, that's the kind of the look we're going for. That's the look we want to emulate. This whole area was originally basically, you know, lava and such, and so, you know, or to some degree it was lava and such, but that's just basically what I'm deciding to do here is, you know, just extrude all of this and, you know, give it some personality. Give it some personality that is not just big, lumpy, tubular niche. You know what I mean? And it's okay if you don't. But, yeah, if you go back to the earlier videos and you take a look, you'll probably understand why I was not happy with how that was manifesting. I'm just going to scale this outwards a bit, because lava flows do spread out, because they are rock. They spread. You know, I'm just going to grab this, grab these, pull it up a bit, grab this, pull it out a bit. Yeah. And I'm just freeforming it, making it look a bit more conforming to the environment is essentially the goal I'm trying to get here. Before, while I was conforming it to the environment, I was relying way too much on a preformed shape and the random button, and it just, yeah, I was not happy with that. And I'm just gonna keep freeforming this. You don't have to watch this, and I'm not gonna record it all anyways. So, come see when I finished remodeling all of this. Yeah, or at least when I have another checkpoint to, Okay, so, yeah, I've now finished roughly modeling in what I need to model for, our little flow here. Yeah, you'll notice I'm cutting it off before I hit the water. I'm gonna do something special there. Okay, imager, twist it sideways, give me that flow, directional flow. Okay. Come in, I'm gonna select these faces, and yeah, you'll notice that I am doing it this way in a way that is not creating a whole bunch of excess faces that I'm not gonna need later. Yeah, as the way I did this before with the rock technique was it just was creating too much of a visual distortion, I suppose. I mean, not a distortion, it was... Sorry, I'm trailing off here because this is giving me way more grief than it needs to. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Object mode. Properties, and then I'm going to hit this to smooth. Yep, I'm going to hit this to smooth shading. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you'll notice there's a bit of a terrain edge here. I'm going to fill that in a bit, but most part, I'm trying to get this to, you know, generally conform to the terrain. We're going to export this, see how that looks in Age. Launch. Something that might be a bit harder to notice, because considering I retextured everything, is I did alter the hue of the ground textures a bit, especially the mud. But, what I did was I just went in and I did that, same hue adjustment like I did for the scratchy cliffs with the thing. Now, I haven't given these, collision yet, so, you know, if I come over here, I'm gonna, like, clip right into it. I see my feet are going in there, legs are going in there. Now, that's alright for the moment. I don't need this to have collision. I'm just trying to check the visuals of this. Yeah, this is... okay, this is looking pretty, this is looking a lot more lava flowy than it was. Originally, which was a lot more, misshapen and kind of grotesque looking, honestly. Yep. Forgot about that little region. Okay, go into this rock. Object edit mode. Yep. And sometimes we just have to, you know, sometimes we just have to, you know, change the collision on an object to make sure it works right. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Slight adjustments everywhere. I'm just trying to make this lava flow look like a lava flow, you know? And not like a bunch of randomly shapen cookie dough. Okay, yeah. Yeah. See you in the next clip. Alright, it's late, so I'm gonna make this quick. One last little clever bit of editing. Well, I'll show you the clever bit here in a minute, but, so, I retextured a lot of the ground here under the water pool where it looks like it's lava that's overflowed, and I'll probably go in along the outer edge with our, one blend texture and try and, make it match up. But for the most part, it's probably it probably doesn't really need it much, especially once it'll be underwater, but I did just retexture a lot of it rather than just model new stuff, because it was already very lava flowy shaped. Yeah, I probably need to do a little bit more work here where the edges meet with the mud texture. But yeah, so the thing I'm doing here with these, where the lava is hitting the water and it's kind of extruding downwards, I just did what we did with the floor, except when I did the circle, I made a face, and then I extruded it upwards and scaled it out, so we've got this kind of little edge that's the bottom of it that's just, you know, not, you know, it's basically this thing. It's basically this kind of shape. It's a simple upside down cone. Edit mode, you know, so. And then what I'm doing, for the moment, to kind of make it not so, you know, obviously, you know, perfectly round, is I'm just kind of stretching it in all the directions. Just selecting a couple random faces, dragging them out, and don't worry about the face being kind of the texture stretching, because yeah, we're just gonna end up well, first and foremost, I'm gonna make sure that all of these are kind of, you know, matching up about as well as I can get them to. And these are all separate little circles, and they're not at all the same object. They're not sharing a mesh, they're not sharing an object, and yeah, there's some obvious image because I haven't made the flows clip into them yet, but object edit mode, and then if I just select the face, new project from view, object mode, and then yeah, that's basically what we're doing. And yes, you'll notice I do have the UV image editor somehow active at the same time as I have the property window. I don't know what button I hit. I was kind of half asleep. I hit a button and then suddenly I had a second window. So, yeah. That's a thing. If I figure out how to do that. I'm assuming there's a command just to generate a new window or to subdivide a window or something like that. I don't particularly care at the moment to suss out how it's possible. But if I just bring this in here, edit mode, and I just, I'm just gonna grab these faces, stretch them out, stretch it back a bit. And just project it from view again, because why not? Anyway, yeah, so now we have some flows that are kind of pooling out against the water. This is probably not the most perfect attempt at it. Honestly, I'm just reworking this because I'm not happy with what it was. I may not still be happy with it right now. But again, it's been an all-day kind of project working on this. So, it's just one of those, I do the thing, I work on it, and yeah, well, this is what we've ended up with. It's big and lava-y, and we've got rocks pooling, we've got lava pouring on things, and yeah, and like I said, this needs a little bit of cleanup. I'll probably dump another rock here to kind of block it off a bit. But yeah, so now this whole bit of terrain, that actually doesn't look so bad with it not having a blend between the two. It just kind of, it looks more like the lava has pooled on top of the sand, kind of. And I'm okay with that. I am okay with that, very much okay with that. That is actually a whole lot better of a look than I was expecting it to be. These probably need collision. I'm fly moding through them so they don't even have collision right now, but, these probably will need collision, and you know what, I'll probably end up having to, just duplicate that process along the edge here, just to give it a bit more of a ring shape, I think. But future modeling for future me, yeah, another thing I did at some point is I, began the vestiges of a tunnel into this fissure. So, at some point in the future, there will be a area through here, and then you come out through here, and then you come up through the cliff, and you're like, oh wow, I'm way up here, and you're like up on the cliff, and you can go exploring around. You're like, wow, this is up high, and such and so forth, and blah 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 blah. And yeah, anyway, we got cliff face stuff up here. Boop 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 wee. Wasn't that fun? Yeah, so we've got all of these rocks up here. Got everything kind of solid. Is that supposed to be gappy like that? Probably. But yeah, so we're climbing on lava flows, and it's all hardened and rocky, and it's solid. Boom, boom. Yeah, okay, so now everything is kind of, okay, it's a lot more, solid, and I've cleared out some, collision traps, like, in here. If I did not expand the spacing in here, then, it would be very easy to get caught in a bounce loop, which is not fun for anyone. You can see a bit of rock poking through the lava and all of that. You can climb up along the sides of this. And then you can also climb up into here. I'm not sure if I'm going to put anything in here. It may just be here for the sake of being in here, you know? But yeah, there's the gap in here, and basically the whole idea of this is, yeah, lava has spewed out across this whole area. There was originally in the concept of, you know, there was just a lava pool under here that was serving as geothermal power. You also notice that I've significantly bumped up the modeling in there to make it a bit more less flat and a lot more flowy. So it's kind of hard to even tell where there was originally flat terrain and where what's new and what's not. And yeah, okay, that is yeah, that's that. Let's take a look at it from up on high. I'm not fond of the color. I'm probably going to reset the color values. I don't know why it's red. I've tried resetting it. I may just have to delete the texture and reapply it. I did something with the hues, and it's but yeah, it's a little more red than I want. I'd prefer it to be a bit more grayish. I'll probably mess with that more later, but because for now it looks a little bit like blood, and that's a little unnerving to me, and I don't like that color. I don't like that color at all. But yeah, okay, this is the yeah, this is looking better, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go along and put some mud along this cliff edge here where its texture is all teared up. Later. Problems for future me. But yeah, I'm actually surprised by how good that looks with the pool, with the head pooling around the bottom like that. The idea here is that the lava has kind of gotten into it before it got hardened up. It was pouring into the pool there, and it, you know, it started to harden up, but it still pooled up fast enough that it, or rather, it over time it pooled up. And anyway, next thing's next is going to be putting a big old block over here of lava, because an eruption like this, you know, lava is going to go, it's just going to land over there and block off that path. Sorry, Sanskrit, you can't stay here. Speaking of, I still need to model its skulls. I have not done that yet. That'll probably be another video. Yeah, I'm calling this the burnt toast shelf. Very much, close to done. I just need to mess with the colors more and all that, and so it is the next morning, and yeah, I've thrown in some rocks here. I've put in some support for this rock structure. Probably will throw in a few more pieces of it eventually, but that's not what we're worrying about right now. I'm gonna get to doing what I wanted to do yesterday, and that is I'm gonna make some hives. Hive template. This is gonna be for our river tunnels, and I'm not gonna give it collision just yet. Edit mode. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna create a new texture. This is gonna be our hive base, and yep, new, open, and geez, I'm just gonna go for the Gira version. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. So, let's see here. Let's go with cylinder projection. Ugh, that doesn't look too great. Let's go with sphere projection. How's that look? Dual smooth. Reset? Nope. Project from view. Yeah, this is gonna be a weird one to... Let's try the smart UV project. How's that gonna look? No, it's doing the weird glitchy bit of it. Cube projection. Cylinder projection, sphere projection. I think we're just gonna have to work with sphere projection, to be honest. Oh, the idea I have for these hives are, well, they're kind of just gonna be firefly hives. They're gonna be paper hives that are, you know, they're gonna be different sizes, but they'll be in different places, and they'll be kind of just scattered along. You know, for this first bit, I'm just building them basically along these cliff bits here, because, you know, they're firefly hives. They're, ooh, that kind of lines up nicely. That makes it look like they're all kind of part of the same hive, doesn't it? Yeah. But yeah, so I'm just, you know, duplicating these, and I'm just, you know, just putting these paper-like hives into position here. And this is just a temporary first attempt. I might delete these and remake them. We'll see. Export. We'll see if relying on the pre-made shape or not, works or not. Yeah. It might not. Oh, something to note. I did, revert the texture on the lava back to its original hue. I'm still trying to figure out a good color for it, but, oof. I give it a temporary seam merge here. I'm not sure if I'll be keeping it or if I'll be spreading it around the edge. That's something. But yeah, anyway, the main thing that I put in here is, these flows, these solid flows along the edge here where the lava's pooled out along the water. Yeah, that's the main bit here. We can kind of run along the edge here. How cool is that? But yeah, and I did not hit fly mode properly. Oh, yeah, let's see here. How is this gonna look? And I'm not giving these collision any, so we'll see how these look visually. Yeah, the shading on these is a bit harsh. Yeah, I'm not digging the pure round shape. I think these look a little bit more like stones than hives. I think I'm gonna have to make these... Yeah, I'm gonna have to make these more rough and tumble. More roughly shaped than this. So I've created a cube here, and I've smoothed the vertexes after subdividing it. And, well, I'm not sure that's quite the shape I want it to have yet. We're just gonna play around with this and see what I can come up with. So I've Googled some reference photos. These are wasp hives. I don't really want to see the wasps themselves. You can see they kind of have these weird shapes to them, and I think that is what I'm gonna have to try to replicate. Is these, you know, actually I wonder how firefly hives? Do fireflies have hives? Evidently not. Oh, we're going back to the wasp hives. Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes me feel a bit better about this particular shape. So, what am I gonna be doing for this is I'm just gonna select all of these, this bottom half of it, and then what I'm gonna do is try and make it seem a little layered. So like if I I'm gonna extrude the region and then scale it inward and then pull it up a bit. Yeah, that's looking a little better. And if I smooth the vertex a bit to make it a bit more rounded. Yeah, okay. Smooth that a bit more. Yeah. That's looking a little more. Yeah. Okay, then I'll repeat that process along the bottom rings here. And I'll extrude the region, shrink it down, bring it up, and then I'm going to select that whole ring that we just did, again, because smoothing the vertexes made it kind of not smooth, made it a bit too smooth for what I want. Let's shrink it in a bit. Not sure if that's really what I want or not, but it's starting to look a bit better, I think. At the very least, it looks more like a hive. It looks more like a hive at this point, I think. Yeah, well, let's assign it our hive texture. What did I name that texture anyways? What did I name that texture? Hive base, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna hit reset and see how that looks. Looks a bit repetitive is what it looks like. So, how am I gonna do this? Project from view. Sphere projection? How is our sphere, all friends sphere projection looking? Oh, actually, you know, that doesn't look too bad. Object mode, and then I do smooth. Yeah. You know, that looks like a hive. It's a little small for what I'm intending, but you know what? I can work with little small hives like that. Because fireflies are very small. They don't need to have big, giant hives everywhere. They're not big bugs. But, oh, okay, let's see how that looks in game. Let's export the age. Launch the age. Spawn next. Control P, cap locks. And we're buzzing along like a bee. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Okay, let's see here. Lighting is a bit sharp on it. But yeah, if I make that bigger, if I make those a little bigger, and little bigger, maybe a bit more numerous. Yeah, that might work. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think that might work. Yeah. Well, at any rate, we're just starting making these. So, edit mode. Okay. So, what are we going to do next? Well, okay. I'm gonna create a plane. Actually, no, you know what? I'm gonna select these planes and I'm gonna duplicate them. Yeah. Just pull that out. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And now I'm gonna go into our material, create a new texture, hive hole, because this is the texture that's gonna have our entrance for the hives. Let's see, where is it? Gira hive hole. Yeah, okay, there we go. Now it's gonna be a sign. You project from view bounds. It's a transparent little thing, but now if I shrink that down, and then I'm gonna subdivide it again, and then I'm gonna smooth the vertex a bit. Yeah, there we go. And then if I just grab that point, push it in a bit, if I grab these edges, just grab the edges of this whole thing, and I extrude them back to the side a bit. Oh, yeah, that's looking good. Then I'll just grab these bits here, extrude them forward a bit. Though I may need to, yeah, I'm gonna need to subdivide these again. Yeah, subdivide. There we go. Let's see. Well, make sure I know what I'm seeing what I'm doing. I'm gonna kind of make it a bit more round. I'm gonna shrink it in a bit. Oopsie. No. Let's grab these faces. Yeah, and yeah, we're just gonna smooth the vertices on that. Material. Not gonna know how that's gonna look until I see it in the age. But as long as I grab the bits that are, obviously got our transparent bit and that are sticking out. Let's grab those and pull them in. It should mean, well, it should at the very least make it a lot less obviously clippy in places. No, object mode. Yeah, okay, now we've got a visible entrance to our hive there. Yeah, that should work. Let's save. And then we'll export again. Launch. Okay, so how is this looking? Well, that's not bad. Although pointing upwards is actually probably a bad position for a hive entrance. Probably needs to be more low to the ground, because what if rain gets in there? They don't want rain getting into their hive. Yeah. That was actually a bit of a bad placement in my idea there. Oh, or dummy. Mirror Z. And now our object has the little hole upside down. Ah, perfect, perfect, perfect. And I'll scale it up a bit bigger. This is going to be our perfect little hive template. And then before I go, making a bunch over here, I'm going to put a bunch of bigger ones along the walls. I'm going to duplicate. Did I duplicate it? There we go. There we go. Okay. We've got our duplicate. And I'm just going to bring it up here to the walls. Yep. I'm going to scale it a bit bigger. Ooh. And it's just going to be nestled up here against the walls, because hives do that. Well, wasp hives do that at any rate. And we're just going to scale it up. Squeeze it in here. And yeah, that's basically what we're going to do with these, is we're just going to put these hives all around, and we're gonna decorate the little cliffs in here. And as always, when you're doing scaling and other such, remember to Control-Shift-A, Control-A, scale, and then recalculate your faces. Control-A, scale, because, yeah, recalculate your faces. Even if you're not putting collision on it, Control-A, scale, edit, recalculate faces, object mode. Control-A, scale, edit mode, recalculate your faces. Because you never know when your scaling has gone wonky. Yeah, that's good. And let's when you're doing your scaling, make sure you Control A scale, because otherwise you may wind up with things that are not how you want them to be. So you'll notice I'm getting these hives like really up into the rock faces here. And then I'm just scaling them up and mashing their models about a bit. And now it looks like they're, you know, now it looks like they're all, you know, getting roughly extrude region. Make sure you're also getting your right faces here. And then scale it out a bit. Yeah, there we go. And then just select the face, view, project from view, project from view. Do I need to do the bottom of it? Nope, I do not. So that means I can go and delete that face. I can delete that face. And I can delete this face. There we go. And just leave the ones on the edges there. Now the hives perform this sort of magic blocking trick that makes it seem a lot like the hives are, you know, actually, you know, the hives are in a position to be, you know, where did that? Oop. Aha. Where did that face end up? Ah! Mirror Z. Where's the entrance? Ah. Come on. Where is it? Where? There's the entrance to the hive. There we go. And you can see I've used the hives here to cover up one of our weird texture seamages. Well, those are just hives chilling on a cliff. So where else am I going to be putting these things? Well, up here where we see this cliff bit here, and on this side where we see some cliffage there. Just get these things in the light, you know? Get them visibly in places that when you look up, you'll be more likely to notice them than not notice them. You know, places like, and I may even take advantage and put some into this little fissure wall here, which would be an interesting little take, wouldn't it? Get this little crack in the wall that these fireflies have made their homes in. Ooh. Now, the idea is that as you come into here, you're going to be noticing the fireflies in a lot of places, and it's, you know, you just start noticing their presence really heavily in this tunnel. This is like the firefly nest den. You know, this is where the fireflies have chosen to make their home for some reason. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I've temporarily removed the wall that was in here, and I'm just gonna create a plane. Actually, no, I'm gonna create a cube, and then in my edit mode, I'm gonna scale it out, scale scale it up, and then tools, subdivide it by a lot. And then I'm just gonna select these faces along the back side here, delete them, and I'm gonna randomize it, and then actually I'm gonna smooth it out a bit. SY to flatten it out a bit, SZ to make it bigger. Yeah, okay, now we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna pull this forward, pull this back. Let's see now. RX to rotate it backwards a bit. Z to rotate it like that a bit. I'm gonna squeeze it back in here. I'm gonna stretch it taller. Yeah, that'll do the trick. This will be fissure hive. Plasma object. This will be river tunnels. And I'm gonna select our hive base. Object edit mode. View. Project from view bounds. Let's zoom out of that. I'm gonna scale it up a bit. Oh yeah, that's gonna look great. And then I'm gonna duplicate these planes. Yep, I'm just gonna hit duplicate. Pull it forward slightly. I'm gonna subdivide them again. Make sure to get our other hive texture on here. Assign. Project from view bounds. Oh yeah. I'm gonna smooth the vertexes. Nope. How do I... Nope. I'm just gonna drag those forward, grab the point, drag it backwards. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And then I'll just select, come on, select these faces. Boom, boom, boom. Shove it backwards. Oop. Nope, I don't want to grab that. I want to grab those. I want to get forwards. Grab the whole bit, drag it forwards. Okay. And then I can go and grab these panes and then I'm just going to grab the edges actually. I'm just going to grab the edges, those, push it back. Grab the edges of these. You know what? I'm just going to grab all of the edges. Grab all of them. Use the red. Pull it back. Pull it back. And then use the red and stretch it outwards. And then I'm going to just hit smooth vertex on all of that. Yep, there we go. Object mode, smooth shading. Let's zip out of that. Oh. Yeah, I like how that looks. And I just grab this, drag it down with the Z axis, and squeeze it back into our fissure here. Yeah. Okay, that's probably enough hives for this first pass. Let's save it. Export it. And let's see if we really need to add more hives or not. Because, honestly, that might be more than enough hives for this puzzle. let's do this the proper-ish way. I'll run along this path. Now, I may replace these with hives, actually. These boulders. We'll see. Ooh. Oh, that looks nice. That looks nice and ominously filled in. Industrious little bugs, aren't they? Yeah. We look up and we start seeing the shading in there. Oh yeah, this is... like, oh, what are those? Seriously, those are kind of big up there. Wow, what kind of insects are making their nests in here? You gotta wonder. And you start coming along here, and you see them along the cliffs here. Then, if you're careful enough, this will be one of your first up-close looks at one of these guys. Ah! Yep. That was a misjump, and I need to actually add collisions to these ones staying here, because if we're going to be able to walk up next to them, then we need collisions. But yeah, this is your real first up-close look at one of these hives. Oh, this is gonna creep some people out, and I apologize in advance for that. Yeah, you look up there, and you see the guys buzzing around. You got all of these little... Oh, yeah, this is... Oh, we got these big old hives here. Oh, yeah. Holes for the bugs to come out. I mean to adjust the angles on them a bit, but oh yes. You're probably never gonna be able to see these normally, but just having them up there, seeing them just kind of all skewed along up there, filling in those little holes up there, and once we have the fireflies buzzing along, and there's an obscure one right up here, just filling in this little big gap up here. You're probably never really gonna see that one, but yeah, I mean, really the only way you're gonna see that is in the water when you're getting pulled along by the currents. But little hives, oh, I love it. Can I get to these ones? Yeah, these ground level ones. Oh, yep. Well, maybe if the collision doesn't bounce you off, you can get to it, but, okay, I'm enjoying that. I think that's probably enough hives. I think I'm probably gonna end up freaking out a lot of people who have issues with wasps if I, put any more hives in than I already have. And they're fireflies. They're not gonna be too bad. Ooh, yeah. That's gonna freak people out. That's gonna freak them out by a lot, and I apologize for that. That'll, like, just looking carefully, this fissure is gonna be the very first one that you see. It's just gonna be hive in the wall. Oh yeah. I'm not majorly a bug person, but this is kind of even creeping me out just a little bit. But just looking at that and seeing that in there, that's the good kind of creep, because look at that. That is, bugs took advantage of a situation to build their nests here. And yeah, we're gonna need some reason for the bugs to actually want to be nesting here, like maybe some plants lining the walls, maybe some moss. That's an idea. But yeah, something in here that's gotta attract the bugs for a reason that they would have grown in here to such an extent. You know, There's gotta be something. Something. We'll see. Whee! Oh, and you can actually land on this rock. That was unintentional, but okay, I'll live with it. Ooh, oh, yep. Yeah. Okay, I am happy with this. Actually, I just checked the time, and I've recorded over an hour of footage altogether from last night and tonight, so I'm actually gonna cut this episode here. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Yeah. Shora b'shemte. And thank you for watching.